Good morning. This is John Edward Miranda, your instructor for IT01. Last time we have discussed chapter 4, and today we will be discussing chapter 5. This is also known as digital technology and media literacy. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. Okay, so before we start, I want to show you a video. So, no, not a video. It's just a picture. Okay, now what do you think of this video? You can actually take notes of what you actually think of this picture. Okay. So if you needed more time to assess the picture, you just have to pause this video so that you can actually assess it. This is the second picture. Okay. So before we go to this particular pictures or photos that we actually checked, we will be deciphering the contents of these pictures once we get along with our topic. Okay. So before we go there, let's discuss first what is a digital media. So digital media, these are anything that is encoded on a media or encoded media on a machine. So examples, we have your photos, videos, and then audios. And this comes in many different formats as well. So in photos, there are JPEG, there are PNG, there are GIF. In videos, there are MP4, there are VLCs, there are 3GPs, and in audio, we have your MP3. So there are many different formats that you can actually use for you to be able to encode media on a machine, whether that is a photo, a video, or an audio. Okay, and I have here a short history of media. So the first computer that was ever developed was developed by Atanasov Berry. So this is actually a team of a teacher and a student. So Atanasov is actually the professor, and then Berry is the student. So they developed the first computer. Okay, so this is actually prior to Ada Lovelace creating the first ever computer programming language. Um, Charles Babbage creating the first analytical machine. So this is actually just the post events prior to the discovery of Charles Babbage and Ada Lovelace. Okay, so we also have the ENIAC and the UNIVAC. So these are actually the first calculator. I think it's electronic numerical integrator and calculator. That's the um, meaning of ENIAC, and then UNIVAC is universal automatic computer. So the only difference is that ENIAC is being used by private entities, and UNIVAC is being sold commercially to the public. Okay, so that's the only difference with it. And these computers are actually very spacious. So if you're going to buy this, I think this was in the early 1990s or 1900s. You're going to purchase a computer like UNIVAC. You need a whole room or a whole entire room for it to fit. Unlike now that our computers can all already fit on top of the table, we can also carry them like your laptops or your tablet computers. But before, during the 1900s, you need to have like an entire room for you to be able to power up a computer. Okay, and then until such time that we already have the printed media. So examples of printed media, we have your magazines, your comic books, your books, your newspapers. Those are considered to be printed media. And right now we have the new media. New media includes your Facebook, your Twitter, your YouTube, and any other social media applications that you are actually using right now. And new media is also known as digital media. Okay, so don't confuse them. It's just synonymous with each other. Um, Now that we already know what digital media is, we also have to possess the ability to be literate. Okay, so when we talk about literacy, this is just possessing knowledge on the ground. So digital literacy means possessing knowledge on new media grounds. Okay, and why do we need to know media literacy? Because misinformation or fake news is terribly spreading online. That's the reason why we need to have or we need to be media literate. Okay. Examples of media literacy includes your decoding messages, access influence of media, and create media as well. Okay. So let's now go back to the pictures that I have shown you. Okay. Now, if you're going to check this, it's actually a form of a marketing strategy, right? But if you don't know how to decode this, you would be able to see this in a literal sense that Alger Abrenica as the model of this particular product, which is actually um, product by Century Tuna, wherein they showcased a hot dog that is made out of tuna, right? And their endorser for the product is Alger Abranica. Would do you think that the impact of this is going to be very different if it's, let's just say, they get a girl to actually portray this particular product? Like, let's say Marian Rivera is going to endorse this. Do you think it's going to have the same impact as Alger's? Of course not, right? Because the point here is for them to get a male model, because there is already a pun implied with this. But if you don't know how to decode the message behind this, then you won't be able to understand the um, marketing strategy that's being performed by Century Tuna itself. Okay, and the second picture. So we have here. This is actually Pamela Anderson, and she is a known personality in the United States. She is a Hollywood actress. But in here, as you can see, there is a slogan that is being catered, which states all animals have the same parts. So if you're not going to decode this or decipher this in a way that you would be able to understand the message of this photo, all you would be looking at is Pamela Anderson in her bikini, right? But this is actually a movement by PETA or PETA for you to go vegetarian, okay? Because it states here that killing animals are actually not a good thing. It's a bad thing because they also have the same parts as humans. And that's the reason why we should not eat them. We should let them live. And we should go vegetarian instead. So that's the only point here. So if you're seeing other than that, then you actually need to know media literacy. But if you already saw that coming, then you actually are media literate. Okay. So that's the slide, or that's the end of the slide. Next time I will be discussing chapter 6. So thank you again for watching my video. You have a great day.
For more ICCT College's video updates, please subscribe and click the notification button.